What if everything you know is wrong?
That tight, puffy feeling in your stomach? Yeah, we've all been there. But what if that super common annoyance is actually a coded message from your body? Well, today we're gonna crack that code together.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How can you possibly tell the difference? When is bloating just, annoying, and when is it a serious warning bell that you absolutely need to pay attention to? To really get why this matters, let me tell you about a real case. So there's this 50-year-old guy, he goes to the hospital, and his only complaint is bloating. They'd run some tests, everything looks normal, but the bloating just won't go away. A few days later, a new scan reveals the shocking truth: acute pancreatitis. We're talking a life-threatening condition, and it was hiding behind the most common symptom imaginable. This is exactly why we're having this conversation.
Okay, so before we start looking for danger signs, let's all get on the same page. What even is bloating, and why does it feel like literally everyone gets it?
It's actually pretty simple. Bloating is just that feeling of being full of gas, kind of stretched out from the inside. It doesn't matter if your stomach actually looks bigger or not, it's all about that sensation of pressure in your gut.
All right, let's dive into the most common culprits. These are the everyday reasons for bloating that are usually nothing to worry about. Think of these as the harmless files in our little investigation.
I'm guessing a lot of this is gonna sound really familiar. You know, chewing gum or eating way too fast, you're just swallowing air. Those fizzy drinks, or even healthy stuff like beans and lentils. Yep, they create gas. Even just sitting at a desk all day can slow things down in there. And some medications, like certain antidepressants, can totally have bloating as a side effect.
Okay, now for the most important part of all this. Let's learn how to spot the clues, the things that tell you this is way more than just everyday discomfort.
You see, harmless bloating usually shows up by itself. It's a solo act. But when it's a sign of something more serious, it often brings friends. And doctors call these companions red flags. And they change everything.
So this right here, this is your detective's toolkit. Really pay attention. We can kind of group these clues. First, think about your whole body. Are you losing weight without trying? Are you getting fevers or night sweats? Then look for really specific, alarming signs. Is the pain severe and just not going away? Is there any blood? Or what about jaundice? That's when your skin or eyes start to turn yellow. And finally, notice how your digestion feels. Are you getting full after just a few bites? Is it hard to swallow? If your bloating shows up with any of these, it's time to take it very seriously.
So what could these red flags actually be pointing to? This is where we see why ignoring them can be a huge, huge mistake. Let's just start with a really staggering statistic. For women, persistent daily bloating is one of the most common early signs of ovarian cancer. Actually, women with it are 3.6 times more likely to report bloating. Now, this isn't meant to scare you. It's about giving you knowledge, and knowledge is power.
This table here, it really shows you how doctors connect the dots. They're looking for patterns, for combinations. So bloating plus feeling full really quickly, that could point towards ovarian cancer. Bloating with jaundice, that makes them think about liver disease. That severe pain that shoots to your back, pancreatitis. And if you have bloating with chronic diarrhea and weight loss, that could be something like IBD or celiac disease. See how it works?
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We all do this, right? We get used to our body's little quirks. We learn to live with being a little uncomfortable. But when it comes to these red flags, that is a really dangerous game to play. Normalizing a problem that just won't go away is a huge risk.
So what's the big takeaway here? What are you supposed to do with all this information?
Well, here's a simple step-by-step action plan.
Okay, first things first, put on your detective hat. Keep a simple diary of what you eat and when you feel bloated. Try some easy fixes like eating slower and moving your body more. Step 2, pull out that red flag checklist we just talked about. Does anything on there seem familiar? And step 3, and this is the bottom line. If your bloating sticks around for more than 2 weeks, or if you spot even one red flag, it's time to call your doctor. Seriously, don't put it off.
You know, at the end of the day, this is all about listening to your body. Most of the time, bloating is just background noise, but learning to recognize when that signal changes, when it gets louder and becomes a clear warning, that is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health. The only question left is, are you ready to listen?
Understanding begins with why.